In almost every body of fresh water, there are countless living organisms. Among the most numerous of these are tiny animals of the genus Daphnia. These small creatures reproduce so quickly that they could soon fill a pond to overflowing if larger animals did not use them for food. The bright swarms of Daphnia are so numerous that the whole balance of freshwater life depends on them. The common name water flea was given to Daphnia because they seem to hop and jump as they swim. Actually, they are crustaceans, not insects. Their freshwater relatives include other microscopic crustaceans and animals as large as the crayfish. All crustaceans have jointed legs and skeletons which enclose their bodies. Lobsters are large marine crustaceans, giants compared with Daphnia. But Daphnia's microscopic relatives are so plentiful in the seas that most of the fish harvested as food for man have lived and grown on them. In the sea, as well as in freshwater, small crustaceans are of major importance to the economy of nature. Because they are so numerous, Daphnia are also easy to catch. A few sweeps of a fine net through almost any body of fresh water will locate specimens of Daphnia. With the unaided eye, they can hardly be seen. But under a microscope, they become living laboratories. Since their shells and many of their inner organs are transparent, their life processes can be studied in operation. The blood can be watched as it circulates. Although Daphnia have no blood vessels, blood is circulated throughout their body spaces by a heart that may pulse 300 times a minute. Flowing within the Daphnia's transparent shell, the blood reaches every body part, then returns and circulates again. White blood cells help fight disease and parasites in Daphnia, just as they do in man. This fact was discovered by a scientist who was able to watch white cells at work inside the Daphnia's case. Circulation carries oxygen to the Daphnia's cells and washes away waste products. Dissolved oxygen is taken from the water, and carbon dioxide is expelled from the body through feather-like membranes on the Daphnia's legs. The legs continually rake the water as wastes are exchanged for oxygen to be absorbed into the Daphnia's blood. Some of the Daphnia's activities are triggered by sensations. There is a single eye, constantly vibrating, centered in the Daphnia's head. The eye receives no images, but is sensitive to light. When sun strikes the water, swarms of Daphnia react. They propel themselves down with flea-like jumps away from the glare. When the surface grows dark at night, they rise again. All these rapid motions and intense life processes require energy, which the Daphnia obtains from food. They eat bacteria and bits of decaying matter, and single-celled green plants like these, which drift about through the water. These foods are drawn into the Daphnia's body by movements of the legs, the same movements which support respiration. In the Daphnia's food tube, particles and whole green plants can be clearly seen, churning as they are squeezed along and digested. The Daphnia's environment changes with the seasons. and Daphnia are adapted to these changes. In the spring, populations of female Daphnia begin to grow. A female may have 1 egg or as many as 30 in its brood pouch. These eggs grow without fertilization, and they all become female Daphnia. No males are born until autumn, and scientists do not know exactly why this is so. For 3 days, the eggs develop. At first, they are only dark spheres. But after a few hours, the spheres begin to take the shape of Daphnia. After a day, some of the body structures are formed, and the young Daphnia may move in the brood pouch. After 2 days, the heart of the unborn Daphnia is visibly beating. After 3 days, they are miniature but fully formed Daphnia. Then the reproductive process reaches its climax as the embryonic Daphnia struggle free of the brood pouch. After they emerge, they lie quietly in the water until their tissues fill with moisture and expand. At first, they are soft, but their shells soon become so hard that the Daphnia can no longer grow. Young Daphnia repeatedly cast off their shells and grow until new shells harden. This process of growth and shedding continues for about 15 days until the young are mature and begin to develop their own eggs. So the cycle continues, yielding whole new generations every few days through the summer, until the waters may seem to boil with life. But as winter approaches, or conditions grow less favorable, a change takes place in the Daphnia's life cycle. Males appear, and females produce a new kind of egg, which the males fertilize. These fertilized eggs are known as winter eggs, and are capable of surviving the change of season without damage. Most of the Daphnia die and sink to the bottom with their winter eggs, which remain dormant beneath the wind-blown snows. When spring warms the air and the packed ice returns to water, the winter eggs will hatch and grow into female Daphnia, which will again produce female offspring until clouds of Daphnia may swarm beneath the surface of the water. Daphnia are valuable to man because by studying them, scientists have made discoveries which can be applied to human life. But Daphnia in their natural environments may be of even greater value to man, because here they affect the balance of nature and help to preserve the whole web of life.